Welcome back everybody to another video, and today what we're going to be making is another cuisine, an Asian cuisine. We're going to be making another one. Instead of egg rolls, we're going to be making wontons, because I know I was mentioning that when I was making the egg rolls. I kept saying wontons. I must have been on my mind because I love them both. I love them both. So what I want to do is what I always do. I show you guys all the ingredients, what I use, and then after we do that, we're going to have actually we're not going to have rice with it. We're going to have noodles. We're going to have noodles. Okay, and these are the two types of different noodles that I do use. And I hadn't used the brown noodles before, but now I'm going to use them because they're more nutritional. It's just a few grams more, in the white noodles versus the brown. But I like the brown noodles because they come individually wrapped in little packages, little pack, so you can just do a meal for one, do a meal for two. You don't have to worry about like taking it out of the plastic bag here, which is long grain like this. They're like this, and having to maybe break it up if you're making some type of dish. But I mean, there's even recipes on the back of it, that you can actually make too, like red curry with the brown. That's a good recipe to make. But we're gonna make the noodles. We're going to make those, but we're also going to make the wontons. And what I'm going to show you is all the ingredients, what I use in the meat. And then I'm going to have to make like my own sweet and sour sauce, I guess, for the wontons, I could say. And I also want to make kind of a sauce like for the brown noodles, just to have the noodles by themselves, because they'll be by themselves. We're not having any meat in there because our meat is going to be the turkey, and it's your choice. You can use pork, beef in your wontons, and I'm going to use the turkey like I always do, the 93.7%. I'm going to use that. It's extra lean. It's lean, and I have this now. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to pick up the ingredients and show you, and actually put it in there in the meat to get our meat going and have it ready so we can get our wontons together. And to put it, and there's really nothing to those because they're smaller, and this is what they are. It's what they look like here. Okay, same brand, the Twin Dragon, same brand as the egg rolls that I get. Okay, so these are the small ones for the wontons, and you can shape them any size you want. But when we come back, that's what we're going to do. We're going to shape them, into different sizes and stuff. So first of all, for the noodles, we'll do that first and just tell you what we're going to do with them. For the noodles, you boil them, and the directions are basically on the back. You don't boil it long. You get the water boiling first, and you put the noodles into the boiling water, and then you turn off the heat and just kind of let them sit in that water, because you don't want them to be soggy. You want them to be kind of like a little firm, because that's what we're having, like chow mein noodles. We're having the noodles, the long noodles. We're having those, but we want kind of like a flavor to them, because there's certain things, I don't have like the 4 Chinese recipe ingredients and stuff, but but you can create your own. You can create your own to make it to your preference of the way you want it to taste. So first of all, when you do those noodles, what you do is you, because it's like a quick process. That's why that's be last. It's a quick process. And then you put them in cold water. If you're not going to use them right away, you put them in cold water. But I wanted to get the meat going, at least mixed up, so that we can just start putting them inside our shells, because that wontons, I was telling you, and the egg rolls at the same time, you want to like eat them right away as soon as you make them. You want to eat them. So in the noodles, we are going to put some green onions. We're going to put some in there, and we're also going to put green onions in our meat too. We're going to do that too. And then we're gonna put in there. I thought I'd chop up some. I haven't chopped it, but some parsley. I thought I'd chop up some parsley to kind of put in there too with those green onions. And then of course it calls for the sesame oil. See, because we're doing. The reason why I'm saying this is because we're doing kind of some of the ingredients in the noodles inside the meat as well in our wonton. Sesame oil, you know it's not going to be too much. And this is the honey that's actually for the something else. Okay, and soy sauce in here. We're going to put this, and this is for the noodles. And then we're going to put also in there, we can put some white pepper in there too. See, so we're going to put some white pepper, and we're going to put white pepper in here as well. And we're going to put the peppercorn pepper in the meat too. See, so I'm just trying to organize the spices and stuff. And then, actually, actually in here too. We're in here because we want it to be kind of like a brown, kind of like a sauce. You know, kind of like a sauce. If you don't have any teriyaki sauce or stir fry sauce, if you don't have that on hand, then you kind of have to make your own, you know. So it does call for a little cayenne pepper, but your choice, preference. And if you did add it too, it would only be a pinch of it. Wouldn't be that much. But the pepper flakes go in here too. The pepper flakes. Here they are right here. That's what's going to go in there too. And a little bit of pepper flakes inside the meat. Okay, see? So everything's kind of combined together. But at least you'll see everything that I'm using here. And this is like the sauce. This is apple cider vinegar. Okay. I'm going to put that in a bowl here with the brown sugar. Okay. I'll tell you the measurements. Don't worry about that. We'll get all those up there for you. And then we're going to put honey in there. This is in another little bowl that I'm creating like the sauce, like a sweet and sour sauce for our wontons. So I'm just telling you everything at the same time. But don't worry about it because I'll have all the measurements up there for the recipe. And then of course cornstarch, you know, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and some water. Okay, that's going to go inside the sauce. And then I thought too, what would be nice in here, because not cabbage or anything, because it's like turkey meat, and I thought, you know, even for color, why not put some carrots in there instead of they're shredded carrots, but I actually shred them even more because these wontons are a little square thing, and you only put about 3/4 of a teaspoon of the meat inside there, you know, in the shell, because they're small little shells. But I cut up the carrots really tiny. I think that would be good in there too with those green onions. And then, okay, so all of this goes for the noodles. And then the peppers too, they go for the noodles. And the ginger actually is for the sauce, okay, with the honey, the apple cider, and like I said, the cayenne pepper. It's totally up to you. You know, you can even omit it. You know, it's totally up to you. If anything, I would just put a pinch, and a pinch is a pinch. You know, just very, very little of that. And so now, also too, for the noodles, we're going to have some fresh minced garlic. Okay, I got some, and then I'm going to chop up some more to put in here too. I'm going to put some in the meat too. So I'll give you those measurements when I pull it up. And now, and inside the meat too, the spices, I think I'm going to add Mrs. Dash onion and herbs in there, in that meat. I'm going to add that in there. And I think I'm going to add some smoked paprika in there, in the turkey meat. And then, like I said, the white pepper I could put in here too, but I'm also going to use the peppercorn, McCormick, in the meat, okay? And mushrooms, portobello mushrooms. Actually, they're going to go in the rice. And I chopped them up real tiny. They're so chopped up tiny, just like the carrots are chopped up tiny. You know, we could even put some of these in meat too. That's what I said. You know, it's all about creating. It's all about creating. So that's all of the ingredients that we have here. Yep, the carrots, we got everything. This is ginger. It goes in this for the sauce. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to switch out. We're going to get this all arranged. Get this, all these ingredients in the meat. And then get our noodles, you know, not ready because it's really quick. Well, 10 minutes at the most. But by the time I get over there for the noodles and come back here and switch this out and remove all this out of here, we should be ready to start getting our not our egg rolls, see? Our wontons together. You know, and of course you know that's your choice. You can use vegetable oil, and I always use canola oil, but you know you can use vegetable oil, and we'll just see how it comes out. Okay, so when we come back, we're gonna have clear this off and have our board ready to do our wontons and roll them up or fold them in half or however we're gonna do them, or you can make different shapes, whatever you want to do. But that's what we're going to do when we come back, okay? So stay tuned. We'll see you in a few minutes.